Owl House?
There's not much. Owl House.
Alright, this was a fun episode. Got to get a little bit
Yeah.
more information on the Golden Guard.
Hunter, apparently.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought the Palismen was really gonna go to loose. The Redbirds are sparrows, right? Or Robin?
Yeah, I would say Robin.
Okay, yeah. I really thought the Robin was gonna go to loose. Like
Nah.
they were bonding a lot, so I'm just like, oh, maybe. Okay, it kept popping up. Like the focus kind of was on that one specifically. So I'm just like, huh, is he gonna go to lose? He ended up not, but like that's kind of what I was thinking. Like most of the time, realistically speaking.
Yeah. I kind of figured it wasn't, mostly just because once it got into her room and nothing came from it, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't think it'll go to her. And then the whole situation with the Golden Guard came up, and I'm just like, okay. I kind of feel like that's where it's going, especially once he acted like he was afraid of it, because it's just like, oh, it's wild magic. I'm just like, okay, I see what you're doing here.
True. Damn, I never actually thought about it like that. It is actually kind of cool to see Bump's talisman is just noms on his fucking head so that he can see.
Yeah, that one took me off guard, because I'm just like, Dana Terrace had said before that, the creature on Bump's head, his palisman, was alive, and I was never certain to, like, what extent that was the case. I'm just like, okay, but why? Why is it on his head like that? And then, this episode comes out of nowhere. It's just like, not only does Bump have multiple eye injuries, but that's actually his palisman on his head, and he has really long hair.
Beautiful long hair. Holy shit, dude. You had that glorious mane under there and you were hiding it just so you could see? How dare?
How dare you want vision?
How dare you? Exactly. How dare you want vision when you can walk around looking like Foxy Grandpa?
Oh, man.
Sorry, I'm making myself laugh here. Foxy Grandpa.
Jeez. Makes me wonder what he looked like when he was younger.
Damn. How about that weird ass fucking hand dragon?
Well, we've seen it before, and I remember when it first came up, I was just like, God, I've seen that creature before somewhere, and I just couldn't place where, right up until it went to Kikimora, and I'm just like, oh, right. It was something to do with the Emperor. That thing was creepy as shit.
Right? Like, goddamn, dude. It was all hands.
It really knows how to get handsy with people.
I mean, my God, dude. I'd ask if you need a hand, but clearly you don't.
Like, I wasn't expecting Kikimora to, like, go that far for this, though. I knew she was going to try to, compete with the Golden Guard. I wasn't expecting her to try to kill him.
I feel like that kind of shit's par for the course with villain groups.
Yeah.
It's like y'all work together because there's a common goal, but, this is usually the thing that tears these groups apart. It's just like somebody always wants to gain more favor and be in a higher position, or something like that. Which, I can get that. It's just you're working for somebody who doesn't actually give a fuck about you and is not going to elevate you to any higher position than what you're at, unless you do some shit that, like, really gets his dick hard. Because, God, that's just how it works. You really gotta, like, show off for the boss and just get them, like, excited about whatever it is you can bring to the table in work environments these days. I'm comparing a goddamn cartoon subject to a real life thing, but it comes from a real place.
Exactly.
Is what I'm saying.
Like, this shit isn't in a void. It's not in isolation. It's all exists within the same kind of frame of mind.
It's like they say, art imitates life.
Yeah. Shit, even in the workplace, this shit is like, so someone's always trying to get one over on somebody else.
Yeah. I forgot that Bellows ate palismens.
I mean, shit, that feels like the least of our worries in this situation because it's just like, towards the end of last season we saw him doing that, but it was things got a little out of hand when we found out, oh, Bellows turns to goo when he doesn't get his fix of Palismen.
He's cursed to become an abomination. I'm gonna just say it outright, because like only the abominations are just goo, you know?
Yeah, apparently. I mean, I considered that too, but it's just like once we started to get a little bit of history about, what feels like might be the relation between Hunter and Bellows, that they might actually be, more closely related than you would think. Because after the events of last episode where we saw the journal and all that, I'm definitely convinced that Bellows is that first human to came to the Boiling Isles, and he dicked around with so much magic trying to make it so that he had magic of his own, he probably ended up cursing himself into what he is now.
That sounds way too likely.
Look at it. Like, the moment Hunter started talking about that shit, I'm just like, oh my god, I'm connecting all these dots.
I guess we'll see if you're right eventually.
Yeah. And that's why I think Hunter doesn't have magical powers, because it's not that he's a full-blooded witch, it's because he's a, witch-human hybrid and was born without that creepy-ass bile sac that allows him to do magic internally.
Yeah, I don't like that they have to use the term bile sac to describe it. I really don't. But hey, you know what? Everyone can learn magic through glyphs, apparently, so we're gonna get a lot more glyph magic.
Yeah, as long as you're on the Boiling Isle channeling the magic of the Titan.
Hmm.
Yeah, remember when Luz and Lilith went through the portal that one time, and Lilith was still able to use magic in the human realm, but Luz, that shit crumbled to dust.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I've been thinking about this shit hard. Like, this episode, for some reason, like, made me think of, like, everything. And I have yet to even watch, like, anybody else's video, like, theories on any of this shit. This is all the stuff that, like, came as I was watching the episode, because I kept pausing this episode and being like, oh my god, this. Watch, like, 5 minutes more, it's just like, oh my god, this.
I'll say it outright. I didn't fucking put this much thought into it, but hearing you say all of it, it's just like, damn, man, none of what you're saying sounds like it's hard to argue, so to speak. Not that I'm really trying, but
yeah. Although,
I guess it's easier to say that like you were more or less like reading into what the episode was revealing, while I was just kind of taking everything at face value.
I tend to be like that too. It's just that, I don't know, something about where this series has been going, it feels like certain things are starting to kind of come together to a certain degree, and it's just like, what I initially was just like, okay, that's interesting. I don't know if I should keep that in mind, and then all of a sudden it's just like, oh, that thing feels like it ties into that thing from this episode. But who knows? When you tend to overanalyze something, it doesn't always end up going in that direction, and usually the easiest answer is the correct one.
Occam's razor. Well, I am curious to see how Hunter turns sides. It looks like it looks like they're planting a seed for a redemption arc for him.
Yeah,
At least that's where I see this going, just because like, oh, you have a Palismen because, you've been afraid of wild magic, but now wild magic has literally chosen you to be buddies with. So what now, friend?
Right. Will you choose the path of villainy, or will you become the good boy you were always meant to be? Is this your Zuko redemption arc?
Yes, it is.
I also love the fact that we got to see all the coven leaders this episode.
Yeah, 9 coven leaders, and I had actually paused on the shot when they said like the 9 coven leaders, and it's showing them all. It's just like, damn, that's some anime shit right there.
It's like the 13th.
At some point, we're gonna have to defeat the 9 coven leaders before we get a chance to get a crack at the Emperor. I just know how this shit goes. It's fine. It's fine.
Like some Bleach 13 Court Guard Squad, Gote 13 bullshit.
Fucking the 7 homunculi, goddamn 7 warlords, the 7 swordsmen of the mist, the what other fucking
oh god,
7
Fairy Tail was chocked full of them. You had the Oratian Says, the Oratian 6, the Spriggan 12, the 7 Apostles. Like, they had so many numbered villains, and it's just like, nah, you need to stop.
No, there was one in Inuyasha. They all had like the same second syllable in their name. It was Kotsu, right? The Band of 7.
Yes, there you go.
Band of 7. It's just like that's not even a thing, but like they make it a thing, you know? The Band of 7. Son of a bitch.
I actually kind of dug that name. It's funny too because in Japanese, I'm looking it up now, the original name, the Shichinitani, it outright translates to 7-man band, and I'm just like, oh, that sounds so lame. But Band of 7? Now that sounds like a band name.
Yeah. Yeah, when you put it that way, yeah. Huh. See, now it makes me want to fucking
Rewatch
I had an
Inuyasha.
idea. No, I had the idea, but now it's gone. It was like make a fucking make different band posters starring like the named groups of.
Yes.
You get where I'm going with this.
Yes, some sick ass album covers.
Some of those would actually be pretty sick, considering some of these characters have like ridiculous levels of drip.
Well, there's this one channel I watch from time to time called Fact Fiend, and they do this thing called Wiki Weekends, but they don't do it on the weekends anymore. But they'll go through different like characters' wiki pages, and then they'll go through like their nicknames for various different characters, and like, man, there's like some of these just sound like wicked band names and shit. Like even in like Venom, with the recent Venom storyline that came out where he gets dubbed the King in Black, and it's just like, man, that sounds like a wicked ass band name.
Actually, yeah. Either a wicked band name or like that's just like a song.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, that would be a dope ass song.
Like, shit. Now I kind of wanna side off some of these nicknames. The Comeback King, Rad Eddie, The Man of 1,000 Second Chances, Lethal Protector. Like, come on, man. Some of those sound like awesome band names or freaking excellent, awesome song titles or some shit. It's like, god damn.
Mostly, yeah. Holy shit. Yeah, we went off on this whole tangent just because of the 9 coven leaders.
But I mean, it's not the worst tangent out there because it's just like, you know, the typical thing of it's just like we have these 9 different people of a high ranking status that we'll probably have to overcome at some point or befriend, and just like in like Bleach or all these other things, you know, they'll end up fighting against each other.
It'd be kind of cool to watch them fight against each other because I mean they had Ida versus Lilith at the end of season 1, and that fight was fucking lit.
Yes.
I mean, goddamn, that was some incredible animation done by the Owl House team. So good on you guys. That was oof.
Yeah.
Man,
One
that shit was
thing.
so good. I actually want to watch it.
One thing of note is that one of those coven leaders, one of them was like perpetually wearing a hood, and watching someone who pointed out that they're the leader of the same coven as this friend of Ida's that was obscured in some picture that we saw, because they sport the same hairstyle that we've seen from their actual character design. So we're about to get like some Ida, one of the coven leaders, big old backstory. We used to be friends, blah blah blah, kind of shit going on. So be ready for that.
Ooh, That sounds fucking great. I really like the sound of that, actually.
You know what else is great?
What?
It is now permanently wearing that new outfit, and I am thirsty as shit for it.
Okay, so it's not just me.
I don't know. I'm just really digging the shoulder pads.
I can't say I blame you. It's a good look.
Yes.
It's a real good look. She has she has the Morgana Macabre look that I was hoping to see in with the new DuckTales Darkwing Duck, but
Yeah, yeah.
it's fine. I'm not salty about it.
Meanwhile, being very salty. But the
But
new opening has been updated so that now King has the other half of his horn and the insignia on his, well, dog tag, which feels weird to
yeah.
say about King, but it's true, so whatever. And
Also,
Amity's new
here's that.
hairstyle.
Oh yeah, that's right. Amity. That's right, because Amity did change her hair. It's all those little details that you just love to see.
Yeah, it's fun shit. You know what's also fun shit? Just sometimes looking up all the drawings that some of the people who work on the Owl House put out there of just all the characters in like casual wear. I don't know, something about that is like wildly charming to me.
It's good. That's a good exercise for artists in general, but yeah, no, that is actually a really cool thing. It gives your characters a bit more personality,
Yeah,
so to speak.